Barry, how can you comment on the whole event? It's not something actually happened. Just predict, just saying, talk about in the future game. It's like not something happened already. You found the evidence, like he take money and. To me,
no, this is
like the journalism, like what I'm saying in China, they just say not saying set a trap or jump in, just like not haven't got the money, just talking about something happened in the future.
Well, this is a form of what we call entrapment journalism that we've seen before, and I'm not here to make a case for or against it, because at the end of the day, it takes someone prepared to be involved in a conspiracy. And it's the conspiracy of future events which endanger the integrity of the game. So I'm not going to criticise the News of the World or any journalist for it, whether you agree or not with this type of journalism. The fact is, if someone out there is prepared to commit an offence, then we need to be concerned with the offence they were prepared to commit, not the way that information was acquired.
Do you think the damage done is the same as the things that happened already, like something happened in the previous match, or something, the same damage for the future game? You know what I mean? Like if for the game happened already, you found the evidence. For this, talk about the future game.
I think
the same damage.
I think exactly the same damage. Anything that interferes with the integrity of the game is fundamental to the foundations on what that game is built on. I don't make it. There's no excuses for any type of behaviour, whether it's happened, whether it was going to happen, whether it was promised to happen. Really irrelevant for me. The principle, what's involved here, is what's wrong.
Can I ask Brandon a quick question? Brandon, you sort of put on tournaments in some of the new territories. Have you, in your experience, ever experienced some of the kind of intimidation that is being claimed and we've all read about this morning?
Certainly not intimidation. No, I've not been aware of or been in the presence of anyone trying to go down the tact that the News of the World have with the discussions. No. Obviously, as Barry said, having been a manager for 17 years, I've been aware of conversations that have appertained between players. People talk, but in terms of the way we're trying to handle it, it's a cancer that we believe is there, and we intend to cut it out. Simple as that.
You've never felt sort of threatened?
Never.
People asking you about?
Never at all. Never. Never been approached.
Barry, there's a sense that if there is a culture of this development because certain players feel they can get away with it, do you feel that would be the case if things have been dealt with, previous instances have been dealt with more efficiently?
Difficult to comment. I mean, I can only really talk about my time in office because I don't know the full facts. All I know is that my style is much more head-on than most. I don't have the time nor the inclination to be wishy-washy on things of this seriousness. So rather than criticise previous administrations, I've really got to just concentrate on dealing with the problems that I have, and you will see, as if you've not seen already, there's a slightly different style of management. There are lots of things we can do, and a lot of it, again, going back almost to the previous question, a lot of it is education and understanding to players that there is a responsibility on every player to maintain the integrity of the game. We all know that there's temptations in life for everybody, but our heroes, our sporting heroes, have to be whiter than white. They have to be totally cleansed of anything like this. I think with David Douglas coming in from Scotland Yard, who has his own ideas on going forward, systems that can be brought into place, education that can give to players, the one reaction, or for me, one of the reasons why I was so upset with the video evidence, etc., was I didn't get a phone call. If someone approaches, and I can't stop people outside approaching players, what I can say is it's their responsibility to report that instance immediately, so that the authorities are aware, they can act on them, but most importantly that there's a liaison between players to maintain the status of the game. So I think there are issues that we will be dealing with, that there's going to have to be more education for players, there's going to have to be a greater severity. In other words, the fear factor's got to be in there. Again, we can't have cases that go on for 18 months. It's a nonsense. You know, charge or be free is, you know, the way I'd rather go. And we must send out this clear message to, especially young players, the responsibilities that go with being called a professional snooker player. And that will be built around what happens to you if you break those rules.